All right, Gizelle, season 5 is finally here. We had to wait a minute for it, but it was worth the wait. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It is a great season. Fantastic. Our best ever. It's very dramatic. So dramatic.
When was the last time you were happy?
So, unless I'm with you, I can't be happy.
I want to start with where you are at as we start the season. You and Jamal back together, giving it another shot. How did you two come to the decision that it was time to give it another shot?
You know, I've been asked that question a couple times. There was no all of a sudden green light. There was nothing that was blaring. It was just, I guess, a feeling. And we just felt like it was time. And we're still rocking and rolling.
I was going to say, are you still together today?
Yes.
End of July 2020. Okay.
Yes. Even in the pandemic, because with the pandemic, it makes it hard because you can't see each other as much. He lives in Atlanta, so it's been rough, but we're still rocking and rolling.
Some of your cast members in the premiere kind of question the fact that you two are back together because when we flash back to season 1,
Jamal was a cheater, pumpkin eater. He loved to hide his salami.
How did you reconcile all that?
I guess, over time builds trust, and I felt like it was time to leave the past in the past. You have to keep in mind that at our first season, we had been divorced 10 years. So of course the ladies are gonna have things to say, of course. But I don't care.
You do not care. In that same line, there is speculation that you two got together just to for clout, for, to have something to do. What do you say to people who are skeptics of the fact that you two got back together?
I feel like that's weird. I feel like that is, it'd be one thing if he wasn't the father of all of my children, but he's always been in my life. Clout, if I was gonna get with somebody for clout, his name would probably be Idris Elba or Jay-Z or, someone like that.
Right.
Not like Jamal Bryant.
Are you annoyed with me and your dad?
Yeah.
Your kids believe that my dad isn't trustworthy.
It was surprising to hear your daughter's view of your and Jamal's relationship.
Yes.
And that they're kind of frustrated by the fact that you two got back together. What was it like to hear that from them?
Well, that's never fun, but they've never known us to be together because when we got divorced, they were babies. So this is new, and I get it.
How do they feel about him now?
It's one day at a time. It is, their dad is their dad. So that's really what matters and really what's important.
It's sad to hear that they think he calls them just to then call you to say, I checked in on the girls. The word untrustworthy is thrown around. So how do you navigate the conversations with them about who you think your dad is not who I think your dad is?
Right. And we've had very open and honest conversations, really, because they can read a bunch of stuff on the internet about their dad and about me and about our past. So there's never secrecy or lies or anything that I want them to be confused about. I want us to have open dialogue. And I also have to keep in mind they're teenagers. So they have their view from a teenage perspective, and that is totally fine. I am more than understanding of where they come from. They're very protective of their mom, as they should be.
Do you see marriage again with him?
I don't know. That's the $1 million question. Definitely I am rooted to this area for a little while. My kids are in high school. I would not move them around right now. So we'll see. If the situation presents itself and if it's at the right time, then absolutely.
Would he ever move back to DMV area? Would he be the one to
move? Probably not. He does have a very big job. He pastors a church in Atlanta. It's a huge church. And he's very happy there and he's loving what he's doing. So probably not. So I guess whenever Bravo fires me, then I'll move to Atlanta.
Don't put that out in the universe. Though, they might not, they could keep you around. There is, a whole show in Atlanta that some of those girls too.
Yes, there is an entire show in Atlanta, and those ladies are fabulous.
Do you want to be a first lady again? Because that's also getting married again as that job title comes back.
I haven't really thought about that. However, I do know what that entails. I've done that before. It's a big job and a big responsibility. So I don't know. We'll see what the future brings.
Okay. Let's move on to what's going down with the group. Heading into this season, a lot of you feel a certain type of way about Candice, it seems.
Candice understands that she's extremely annoying, and she's very opinionated, and to the point where most of the time we don't want to hear it. And Candice sometimes doesn't understand that in order for there to be a conversation, she's got to stop talking. So we're just a little frustrated in the beginning of the season with her mouth. It doesn't stop. You have to pick and choose your reads. You can't just go on a read frenzy. You got to pick and choose.
It seems like the biggest Candice issue is going to be the much reported on altercation between Candice and Monique.
Do you want me to say drag? Get off of me. Get off of me.
Can you tease at all what leads them to that moment?
They were definitely having issues within their relationship. We've seen their relationship go from best of friends, besties, to having some issues, to an altercation that was truly shocking and didn't need to go there at all.
Were they both in the wrong? Was somebody in the right there?
Were they both in the wrong? Absolutely not. So, I do want the viewers to see and kind of give their opinion on who was right and who was wrong, but I don't feel like they were both wrong. No, not at all.
Okay. The trailer kind of hints to maybe who you believe to be in the wrong, because you, Karen, and Robin have what appears to be a come to Jesus moment with Monique after that.
Yes.
We never thought as Black women we would be right here, but we are. It's not something you can brush under the rug, but you've got to address this. We have been able to hold ourselves above the stereotype. And in 5 minutes, she took it away.
It definitely needed to happen. What happened was nothing that we ever thought we would see on this show and on this platform. So the beauty about what happened, if there is anything beautiful about it, is it allowed us to really have deep conversations and true conversations about how we feel we're portraying ourselves to the world, and what we're okay with and what we're not okay with. And we can all see with what's been going on with Black Lives Matter and the change in the culture that Black women are viewed a certain way. And I never want to be in a situation, as far as this platform is concerned, to be viewed in a way that is animalistic or violent.
You guys have never shied away from having those conversations on the show. You visit a plantation, you've spoken openly about colorism within the Black community, but do you see with this larger social movement happening in the world that affecting what kind of conversations and what kind of things you guys bring to the show moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. I think it opens the door for us to have real conversations all the time, which is what we've been wanting to do. I think that now is the time for it more than ever. So because we are educated, we're Black, we're smart, we're sassy, we're funny, doesn't mean that we can't have those real deep-rooted conversations, which will help our viewers. It allows our viewers to have conversations with their girlfriends and really break barriers and make some changes.
Definitely. I want to do a little moment of that right now because I do think it helps viewers to learn what their kind of TV friends have gone through in terms of racism, to make it real and grounded. Do you have either your first experience with it, the first memory you have that racism existed, or a moment that really sticks out to you that kind of changed you?
Yeah. you know, I'm from DC. I'm from the DC area. When I grew up in DC was majority Black. So I never had any incidents where a white person was saying something that was very bothersome to me until I went to college. I went to Hampton University, and Hampton is a very white town with a big Black college sitting in the middle of it. And so when I was with my friends from school and we were in the city, for no reason, like a group of white men just walked up to us and started calling us the N-word for no reason. And I remember feeling internally infuriated. And that was the first time that I was internally like burning with fire, infuriated, and just wanted to lash out. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. So going from that day to me being a mother and things happening to my children, it's even more of a feeling of wanting to fight and wanting to make changes immediately so that my children don't have to continuously have racial things happen to them. So we've got a lot of work to do.
What kind of stuff are your girls going through?
Well, they've had some incidents in school. You know, one time one of the twins went to school and she had the N-word written on her desk. My oldest went to high school and she was treated by some of her white friends. Well, they weren't really friends. You know, they informed her that because she's around, they feel like they need to like hide their belongings because she might steal it because she's Black. And, you know, I want to say that's subtle, but it's not subtle. Like that's in your face racism. And we just need to do better. We got to do better. This shouldn't be happening anymore.
All right. I want to take it back to that conversation we see between you and Monique. And you seemingly tell her you don't want to be around her after that.
Did I really say that?
I by no means want to be near you.
And maybe I don't need to be a part of this anymore.
Okay, fine. I said what I said, but you know, I don't ever not want to be around people based off of the things that they do, but I do want to have a conversation about what you do.
Okay, because I feel like there's a lot of speculation that Monique was done with this group, that she was quitting being around you guys.
That she was done? Really?
Mm-hmm. Those were the headlines. That's an interesting take, what you just said though.
Yeah, so is that a question?
I just wanted to see your response.
You know, what Monique does with regards to the show is on Monique. I don't hire people, I don't fire people, so I don't know whether or not she's done with us. I do know that she likes to scratch my face out on pictures, and you know, this face is way too pretty for all of that. I mean, we are grown women. We are above scratching out faces on pictures, I would think.
This group does have a new face in it though, Dr. Wendy. How do you feel about Dr. Wendy? I
actually love Dr. Wendy. Wendy lets everybody know she's got about 18,000 degrees, and I am fine with it because you know what, she is extremely smart and fun and witty, and I love a woman who just speaks her mind and can back it up.
And I think we're going to see that judging by the trailer when she tells Ashley to come correct.
Bye, Wendy. Dr. Wendy, address me correctly, sweetie.
The thing in the premiere is Karen has quite the snippy comment about, I've known Wendy. She sits on the same boards as me. We're in the same groups and unimpressed so far.
Yes, but Karen, we're still unimpressed with you, honey. So it's fine.
Yeah, what can you tease at all what we're going to see between you and Karen? Because you know that you two are one of the best duos in housewife history, but it is a winding, snaky, yeah.
Yeah, it's ups and downs, ins and outs, and you will see more of that season 5. I'm trying to think if we didn't have any mime moments between me and Karen, thank God.
Grow up, Gizelle. Oh, I'm just saying, oh my Lord, he wants camera time. It's very irritating, okay, but can you move on? This is some bullshit. Who are you?
But we have some moments.
Okay, well, I hope there's something that's on the level of the mind moment, because that is just history at this point.
It is. That I didn't know in the moment that was going to live with us forever, but that was actually hilarious.
All right, anything else we need to know about season 5 that you're excited for us to see, scared for the audience to see?
I'm super excited about our trip. I think the viewers will love the trip. I love the journey that Robin and Juan take this season. I think it's beautiful and magical, and I learned so much more about their relationship this season than I ever have, and I've known Robin forever. And you know, I'm curious to see how the viewers take Ashley, because Ashley's whole story goes on a roller coaster too. I mean, now she's a new mom. And you know, she's got some issues there with Mr. Michael, of course.
This is like it.
We ended up going back to a hotel.
So we have a lot to unpack in season 5.
It's like deja vu on deja vu. What's going
Not
on
really.
here, Boo?
Well, we had some twists because, you know, Ashley might not be reacting the same way that she has in the past. So we'll see.